Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, Gungans, Joys, Candy Moody looking Coneheads, the creepy looking Plagueis people lurking in the shadows. And you know what? We're gonna give a special shout out to all you Mandalorians out there who are undergoing Jedi training, but you know what? You're still a little bit unaligned in the Force right now. That's right, you're watching Auto Holiday News. The only news you'll ever need because you have no other choice. People! As we said, as we speculated, as it was confirmed, we got more marquees for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano, and I don't think we're done. I think we got one more this month. Today we have the Padawan Sabine Wren kit reveal, and I think we kind of got an estimated window for the Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano launch, and it might be even later than we are anticipating. Let's get to business, people. We got a lot to cover. Hop on over. So, Padawan Sabine Wren, marquee event coming later on this week on 11/7. So this upcoming Thursday, we'll be in our video gaming division testing out Sabine Wren. Good news is, even if you're not getting Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano anytime soon, there seems to be some good Mandalorian stuff that you can do with Bo-Katan Mandalorian until you get a hold of a Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. And speaking of which, Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano will require Padawan Sabine at Relic 7. Furthermore, there's an exclusive datacron, however, check it out. Does she have a bespoke datacron? No, but keep your eyes peeled for affixes for both her and Ahsoka in the next datacron set. Well, people, I don't know about you, but Gary, can you just show these people where we are right now? So we're still in the process of building out No Mercy's brand new datacron set. Conquest is still going on, but the rambunctious rage of the green set that we have, well, that expires on December 25th. So we're looking probably middle of December, something like that. So it's gonna be a minute, because usually, you know, we have this like brief layover period where you can have a little bit of time to farm the third datacron set. So I'm guessing middle December is what we're looking at. It could be maybe a little bit earlier, but again, I was expecting maybe first week of December. It's seeming like December, whatever the case may be, is going to be the launch of Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. But they've been dragging us on for a little bit. We've been following Galactic Legend Ahsoka since what is it, July? Whew. Hope you guys love Ahsoka, because that's basically been everything we've done for this part of the year. Anyways, the most important thing is the actual kit. And in case you're wondering, why doesn't she have a Jedi tag if she's a Padawan? Even though she's referred to as Ahsoka's Padwan, she still has a ways to go in her training to be called a Jedi. Also, game bounce. I think it's mostly game bounce. I think they should just end it at that, because does that mean, so if you're a Padawan, that doesn't mean you're a Jedi. So does that mean Padawan Obi-Wan, he shouldn't be a Jedi? So anyways, I'm not taking into lore explanation here. I think it's mostly they just don't, you know how it is. They want to make sure all their toys stay right in the right lane they want them to release, and you can't use them anywhere else. But I don't think they want it ending up in, like, you know, Master Kenobi, Jedi Master Luke, and all the other Jedi shenanigans that exist there. But again, I think she's gonna have a multi-purpose home when Mandalorians are gonna be present in the game. So now let's get to the basic ability. We have the practice swing. Sabine gains 20% armor penetration for one turn, stacking with a maximum of 60%, deal physical damage to target enemy. And this ability gains 15% critical chance for each ally below 100% health. So, you know, funny enough, you're going to see a little bit of Kanan references. If you go to the very top here, you know, their inspiration was, you know, parts of Kanan's kit's going to sneak into the basic and unique ability. So, for example, the extra critical chance for each ally below 100% HP and counter chance, as a call out to one of our favorite Rebels episodes. Yeah. And you know, we have an attacker tag, so I'm assuming on paper she's gonna hit kind of hard. So let's just keep moving on, because we're just getting started. So if you guys remember, inside of the Baylan Skull event, we only saw two abilities, a basic and a special. We got a little bit more than that. We have a special one, Frantic Strike, cooldown of 3, deal physical damage to target enemy, inflict pinned for 2 turns. Now remember, pinned isn't anything incredibly new, but it's semi-new. Earlier this year we got pinned. Then deal damage to all enemies and inflict off balance for 1 turn. You know what I'm seeing here? I mean, this is cool and all. What I'm seeing here is the next conquest feat you're gonna need to do. You know, inflict pins 10 million times. Inflict off balance 20 trillion times. And then enemies critically hit by this attack are inflicted with another stack of off balance for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. And here's what pin does: can't gain bonus turn meter, has minus 25% speed, doesn't stack with breach or speed down. So again, we've already had that with the Stap earlier this year. It's been kind of nice, of course, slowing down the enemy as much as possible. Shutting down turn meter really helps try to control Wappa, for example. Off balance, this is brand new. It's not new balance, that's different. This is off balance here. Yay! That was a lame attempt at a joke. I get it, kid. Okay, let me move on. Lose 10% health and turn meter. 10% turn meter, that is, if damaged by an attack. So it seems like a baby death mark. Does that make sense? You know, you're losing 10% health every time you're being hit. And, you know, it seems like you're going to have the opportunity to have another stack of off balance. Because remember, you deal damage to all enemies and inflict off balance on them for 1 turn. Enemies who are critically hit by this attack are inflicted with another stack of off balance for 1 turn. So it seems like kind of a mini death mark. So this sounds like something that could be really good. If you can get like a swarm attack. And I think if you're going to use Bo-Katan Mandalore, this could come in great because Bo, guess what? She's got a swarm. So it's interesting. So I actually think maybe... I think the better way of looking at this is it's losing. It's like a health reduction effect, right? So maybe death mark isn't the best way to explain it. It's just a way to kind of it's maybe a better way to describe it as like a mini General Anakin Skywalker where he can manipulate the health. Maybe that's the better way of explaining it potentially. But anyways, we're gonna move on. Special 2 fallback tactic. I like this. This is kind of a funny animation. Let's roll it real quick. It's got a cooldown of 3. It's like, force isn't working. But you know what? Mandalorian rockets, they're always going to be working here. So deal physical damage twice to the target enemy. And then for each buff and debuff on the target enemy, this attack gains 10% critical damage. This is kind of like a Boba Fett execute in a way, right? In a way where the more buffs and debuffs, you know, Boba Fett dispels, bigger damage. Kind of something of that matter here. You know, get a little Mandalorian like. It sounds good, right? And this attack gains 5% critical chance for each Mandalorian ally, doubled for Spectre allies. So again, right now we've been focusing mostly on Mandalorian, but of course, Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano is going to have Spectre members. You know, we're looking at Ezra, looking at Sabine. I'm assuming GL Ahsoka will have the Spectre tag herself. And if you're buying my prediction that Hu Yang is coming later on, probably Spectre tag there. So again, Spectre's the ultimate use, I think, of Sabine down the road. So it's going to be a little bit more powerful. But then furthermore, remove 25% turn meter and an additional 5% turn meter per relic level for each critical scored hit. So that could be a nice chunk. So you're getting that 25% turn meter removal. And then let's just keep it simple. You had 5 relics on, right? So you have 5, okay. And then you're gonna get, so that, what is that? An additional 5%, so it's 5 times 5, 25% for each critical hit scored. You can see how that could be a nice turn meter removal ability. We've been seeing some really powerful turn meter removal abilities. These past recent kits, you know, Balin Skull, huge turn meter removal, especially with the Omicron on his special ability, getting more huge turn meter removal on this. And then we have a lot of words, and you usually know the word, you know, the name of the game. More words equals more better, as I like to say. Sentinel of Lothal. It's gonna have a Zeta Omicron, and it will be a Territory War Omicron. It's got like a multi-use thing going on. Let's check it out. Padawan Sabine Wren has a 25% critical chance and critical damage and 70% counter chance. So a little call out the Kanan being baked into the kit here. If there is a light side Mandalorian ally in the leader slot, whenever Sabine uses a special ability, she gains a stack of Ancestral Resolve for the rest of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. So, all right, we know Bo-Katan, she's all about that resolve. This is gonna work well with her. We got more stuff down the road. Don't worry, hold your horses. Whenever another Spectre ally uses the special ability, so I have a feeling we're probably not gonna be able to appreciate this right now. Sabine gains 1 stack of Force Connection, doubled if the ally is Ahsoka Tano, for the rest of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Hold on, people. Let's just keep moving. We'll talk about Force Connection in a second. Whenever Sabine gains a stack of Force Connection from another Spectre ally, she gains an additional stack of Force Connection. They're loving this Force Connection right now, but hold on, we gotta keep going. Whenever Ahsoka Tano uses an alternate ability, I wonder, which Ahsoka Tano? Yeah, so there's only one Ahsoka Tano that's gonna do this. Sabine's gonna get 10 stacks of Force Connection and 5% mastery for the rest of the battle. And we have no idea what this ultimate's gonna do right now. This is the ultimate happens really fast. Like, are we talking like, you know, are you talking like, for example, Supreme Kylo Ren, where he can ramp up pretty fast? Are you talking about Master Luke, which like takes forever, I feel like? You know, like this is really gonna depend on so much we just don't know right now. Moving on. Add 20 stacks of Force Connection, and every 10 stacks after Sabine gains an additional 50% critical damage for the rest of the battle. They've been really messing around with like these different attributes, like with Balin's Skull, you know, you have the Soldier of Fortune, you know, you reach a certain amount, boom, you get that. They you know, they dibble dabbled in it a little bit, Bo-Katan and Jango, but they've been picking it up a little bit more. Force connection being this, as well as the Soldier of Fortune. But hold on, people, hold on. We have your favorite Omicrons. I would say technically these are my second favorite Omicrons. Does that really mean much? I feel like there's Grand Arena, then there's like, ooh, then there's Territories, and then, ooh, then it goes down from there. Anyways, let's not start any territory war slander right now. We get enough of that, right? Anyways, while in territories, here we go. Light side Mandalorian allies have 50% defense, offense, and 30 speed. That's kind of nice. That right there is pretty nice. Big boost in speed, offense, defense, things that the Mandalorians kind of already have pretty well baked into their kits. A little bit more goes a long way, but hey, whenever you get the Spectre gang together, you're gonna double that. So we're talking 100% defense, 100% offense, 60 speed. Yeah, I think if you're gonna have Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano, ignoring the Mandalorian part, this is probably gonna be a must-have Omicron. But people, as I said, there's more. I kind of stopped this right here. As we have moving forward here, whenever Sabine gains a stack of Ancestral Resolve or Force Connection, she also gains 2% critical damage and defense penetration. And if the ally in the leader slot is Ahsoka Tano, Sabine starts the battle with 20 stacks of Force Connection. And then whenever Ahsoka Tano uses this special ability, she gains 10% ultimate charge. Let me finish reading. Whenever Ezra Bridger Exile gains Purgle Migration, another funny thing that we haven't really been appreciating much, he gains 5 stacks of Purgle Migration. So, and last, I guess, one more thing. Whenever a Spectre ally loses Exile, so right now that's primarily Ezra Bridger, they gain 300% offense for 2 turns. So I don't want to really, think too far ahead. I might be overthinking it. I don't like this right here, that they're putting some sort of Galactic Legend condition for Ahsoka to be better in territories. Like, does that mean they're gonna make her even better on, like, already on something amazing? Or is she not gonna be that good until you get into territories and you throw on this Omicron? You see my issue here? Because people, when they're investing in Galactic Legends, especially, what are we gonna be at? We're already at 3. Yeah, right. 3 Relic 9s, likely 5 Marquees, probably the most steep requirements we've had for a Galactic Legend. They don't want a Galactic Legend being just good in a particular area of the game mode. Now, I feel like I'm getting too far ahead of myself here. It just may just very well be that inside of Territory Wars, Ahsoka Tano's already gonna be great, but they're probably gonna elevate it even more, is what I'm saying. Because Ezra Bridger is gonna get a lot better in Territory Wars, right? He's gonna get that tons and tons and tons of offense when he finally loses Exile. Okay, so I don't want to get too worried until we finally move our way, down the road. Here's Purgle Migration, in case you guys forgot. You get plus 1% defense and tenacity, right? And we're gonna be unlocking Ezra here soon, so maybe things will make a little bit more sense. But I feel like we're missing some stuff right now, and I think I just realized they are missing. Where is the description? Where is the description? Yeah. So where is it at? The Force Connection, stacking Force Connection increases critical damage. Boom, right there. In case we missed it, they pulled up Force Connection. Yeah. Force Connection. Yeah, they basically had you kind of got to go to the early parts to see it all. All right. Overall, I like that it seems like this is going to be a multi-use character. One thing we don't really like is, you get this new character. It's like, all right, you sit on the shelf nice and pretty until I get Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano 5 years from now, right? There's some characters that I like. It's nice to see that it looks like this should be a usable character when you get Ahsoka. Cool. But if you can use her inside of the Mandalorian team, that's going to be a big deal. And I'm still of the theory. I got one more bold thing up my sleeve. I feel like I've been pretty right so far about these requirements for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. I think my bold prediction is Bo-Katan Mandalorian is going to be required. Again, I don't want to be right. And I've been right so far. That's probably going to be more keys. I don't want that, but keep your eyes peeled. Hey, if that is the case, at least you have Sabine that's going to make Bo-Katan even better. Anyways, people, I'll see you later on this week for testing out Sabine Wren in our video gaming division. You guys know what to do. Leave that comment down below. How you feeling about her? Are you excited? Are you not excited? Listen, I know when there's Mandalorians, there's a list of things. You have troopers, clone troopers. Somewhere in that list, when there's new Mandalorians, kind of like, I'd say Mandalorians get kind of like hype people up. It's like, top 10 most hyped things. Mandalorians get people a little more hyped. So we'll see I didn't think Bo-Katan needed help. Shoot, if you can give her an extra boost of speed and all the other stuff, well, that's gonna be pretty good for her. Nonetheless, what's also pretty good is you guys being here. Thank you so much for gracing me with your presence. This is Arnold Howlnet News, the only news you'll ever need, because you have no other choice. Yeah, you gotta play something. You can't leave me hanging here. No. Play something. No, just anything. Yeah, press that one. Yeah, that's a good one, I think. Right? Is that a good? Okay, there you go.